Today I will share with you another setup I use in my trading strategy. This is a swing trading strategy, so we are on the 4 hour time frame. This is a good strategy for those who are maybe working a 9 to 5. They want to get into trading but they can't look at the charts every minute or every hour of every day. This is a really good strategy for if you do have a 9 to 5. Also, if you've got kids and you're just busy in life, it is also good for traders who are profitable. This is the reason why I use this. So I've got another swing trading strategy that I use, mean reversion. I've also got a day trading strategy that I use on the breakout of the New York open range and my interpretation of that. But this here is obviously something else because it's on the 4 hour time frame, so it doesn't really require you to beat the charts every minute of every day. So as you can see, we're on the 4 hour time frame and we're on the DAX here, German index. So we're going to use the volume footprint for this. Now, if you've never seen the volume footprint before, just watch along to the video and you'll see how accurate it is and why it is a tool that you really should have in your arsenal to become a profitable trader. You will need the premium subscription of TradingView to access this volume footprint, and the way I set my volume footprint is I use the delta. So as you can see here, we've just got one column to the right hand side showing us the difference between buyers and sellers. I've got a detailed video on this, but I will just go over it for those of you who haven't watched. If we go to settings and go to symbol and we change this type here to buy and sell, this is what the volume footprint shows as default. And again, you will need the premium subscription for this. I will leave a link below. I think it's somewhere in the region of $50 a month, although it does change. I know the TradingView offer deals all the time. And if you want to be profitable trading, you should really be investing in these tools. And in this video, I will show you just how accurately this one thing, this is just one of many tools available in the premium subscription. Just one of tons of different features. So as you can see here, again, this candle here is a 4 hour candle. To the left here, we've got the amount of sellers, and to the right here, we've got the amount of buyers. And below here, we have the delta. Now, the delta is the difference in between buyers and sellers. So if you've got 1 million buyers and 900,000 sellers, you will have 100,000 positive delta because there's 100,000 more buyers than there is sellers on the delta. If on the flip side you had 1,000 more sellers than buyers, you would have a negative delta. So just let's right click and we go to settings, and the reason I show this is because this is what it shows by default. I only change one setting. Right click, go to settings, symbol, and change buy sell to delta. Okay, now here you can see just the delta figure. So this is negative 84,000. So that means there's 84,000 more sellers than there is buyers at this particular zone. This means the sellers are in control. Down here we see 1.7 million, and this is a positive delta because there's no minus. So there's 1.7 million more buyers coming into the market than there is sellers. Now this candle speaks 1,000 words. Let's break it down. You can see the sellers were in control here and all the figures were under 500,000. Okay, 451.17k. you can see how all the numbers are identical. This is an institution offloading. This is the reason why it's going down. All the numbers, you look out for this. Although this alone doesn't mean everything, the numbers are the same. This has just shown me that this is going down because an institution is offloading the same figure every time. Even if these were different, okay, different numbers, sellers were still in control. You see here massive numbers of buyers coming in, and that's why this candle's wick has pushed up, rejecting this blue line here, which is a psychological level at 17,000. Okay, so you can see here the candle is red, okay, yet we have a positive delta of 5 million. This tells us that we want to enter the market here. We want to get involved. The buyers are taking control. They're taking control big. Something's happening here because the institution has got all the same. This is practically impossible. This is to be different people. This is the same person, the same hedge fund executing all these orders here because the values are the same. If we look back at the previous candles, that was under a million here. We see here 8 million and 8 million. Okay, so we can see here there's a big sell-off happening. Okay, and then this is known as absorption. Okay, the buyers here have just absorbed the sellers. Okay, so again, not to get too technical and not to confuse things and to break it back into simple terms, okay, we see a red candle, but we see a green positive delta. And number 3, it's happened at a psychological level. This is where people like to get involved and buy in the market at psychological levels. So let's flick to the actual candle chart just now, and we'll see this move down happen. So as you can see, we had a big push down here and it bounces. Look how beautiful the entry is. There's zero drawdown, and the big thing here is this is £2,000 a share. For every share you have here, you earn $2,000. Okay, and this happened over a 10-day period. Okay, so if you had 10 shares, 20 grand in 10 days. So that was one of my best trades of the year, was on this. I think actually my 2 best trades of the year were on this exact asset here. And this can be done the same on Nasdaq, S&P. So you can see here we've bounced off this psychological level here as well. I've actually missed these trades for one reason or another. We can see here we had a big spike up. I've missed this one, but because it had a big spike up pre-market. The same here, another big spike up. But you can see I've caught one in August and I've caught one in April. So if you can get 2 or 3 of these a year on each asset, that is a excellent strategy. Now you can see again, there's almost zero drawdown here. I've got in at the perfect position. So this one was actually 3,000, and I'll show you why. This just had volume going right through the psychological level, and that's why we stayed in the trade. So if we come to this one again, it's this candle right here, this big massive candle. So if we come back to the volume footprint and we will look at the delta. Again, these blue lines are psychological levels. There's a free TradingView, I think there's several different ones, a free TradingView indicator for the psychological levels, or you can draw them yourself. I'll just have them on there automatic. So I don't know if you can see this, it's 12 million. So this big candle blasts right through here, and that's the reason why we stay in and head for the next psychological level. We obviously pull our stop loss up to a trailing stop loss. So we'll look at the next example, the April this year example. So we can see here again we had a positive delta of 9.1 million, and that was after these levels here. So we had minus 10 million. This is what we want to see as well, this big wick with a small body, an indecisive candle looking as if the market's going to flip direction. Here we never entered. Why? Because we're not at a psychological level. We're looking to reach this blue line. We reach this blue line, we miss it because we go right through it. And here we see 9.12 million. So if we're looking at the candles, that's a substantial number compared to the candles that were on the way down. And we just continue 2.2 million positive delta. So again, the link is in the description below to download or to activate the premium version that you will need for this delta volume footprint. Right click, settings. By default this delta is set to buy to sell, so I just change it to delta. So I always say in other videos, give yourself the best opportunity at trading. What is $50 a month? Seriously, you could have earned like tens of thousands in this one trade, and this is just, you know, one ticker here. Even if you get 2 or 3 on DAX, 2 or 3 in S&P, 2 or 3 on NAS, 2 or 3 on US 30, and so on and so on. You can see how these psychological levels basically are respected here, and this volume footprint delta shows you where you need to enter. So hopefully this video has been useful. Please leave a comment below if you've got any questions. Leave a comment below if you end up going for the delta footprint, and I'd be interested to hear of any successful trades. Until the next time, stay safe.